Okay, we'll start with the Mustard C49S size 12. This is a hatching midge that I would not go fishing without if I'm fishing for trout, no matter the time of year. So attach a bit of black tying thread, we don't need much there, and then we need a long quill. This is from a caper cayley, but you can use goose or turkey. So we just tie this in, top of the hook shank. This makes a lovely segmented gilled body. So we'll go down as far as you wish. That'll do me there, so I'll go back up here. Let's remove the surplus there. Then I'll just give the body a bit of a taper. Not much, we don't need much here. Just move the tying thread forward. Okay, a hackle plier on the quill. I like using a hackle plier because I feel it makes for a neater body. Okay, then I turn my vise this way. I find it easier to wind quills this way. Then we want a nice open spiral. Now this is a surprisingly more robust material than you would imagine. It will last for many fish. And we go up the body, the segmenting getting larger as we go. I've caught fish all over the world on this pattern, so it'll work just about anywhere, and not just on midges. It's a great dead drift pattern as well. I'll just tie that off, get rid of the hackle plier for now, tie that down, remove that. Now we want to position our tying thread to where we want the parachute post. Then we cut a length of polypropylene like this, you know, like a half loop. Now you have to take care about this. I've used some, you'll have to test the polypropylene that you're using if it melts correctly, because I've actually used the same polypropylene from the same manufacturer but in a different colour. One colour will melt, the other will burn. So it's just a kind of trial and error with that. Place it behind your tying thread, lift your tying thread up and just catch it in on top like that. We can position it. Now I'll just secure that with 3 turns, then I'll lock it off with a turn behind, a turn in front, and then a turn behind again. Okay, now the next step is just a tiny drop of varnish in between the post like that. And we'll go up here and we'll just want to secure the post so we have a nice firm base to wrap our hackle on. And you want to make sure that you have enough room from the thorax on your post base to wind your hackle. Then I'll go back down and then I can tighten up the base right down into the thorax. Good. Couple of winds, 3, 4 behind, just to lock everything off. And then we want to go up here and take a hackle now. This is a blue dun. Now I'll tie this in with a X, 1 turn of thread from right to left, 1 from left to right. Now you want enough hackle stem that you can tie it down all the way to the top of the post. I've got a little bit too little there, so I'm just going to have to remove few of those, that'll do me fine. Then I'll go up. I want to secure this hackle all the way up the post. Important. I'll stop there, and then we'll come back down again. Lock it off behind the thorax. Then we need a black ostrich hole. And we just tie that in there. Secure it, take your tying thread forward. Good. And again, I use my hackle plier here. Trying to get a much neater thorax. Ostrich herl is a great material for thoraxes, not only peacock herl, but it pulsates beautifully in the water. And then in front, oops, take that thread up a bit. Go forward. Lock that off. Whip finish tool. Give it another one if you wish. Remove your tying thread. And then we'll just turn our hook around. There we are. Then we'll take our tying thread again, attach it to the post, and we go down, all the way down into the thorax. Get rid of the surplus tying thread. Put my hackle plier on again. And then I'll just wind the hackle, make sure that each turn is under the last, but nice and tight, so you get a lovely even parachute hackle. There we are, that'll do me there. Spin that thread up. Remove that hackle plier. Tie off that hackle, and I can remove what's left. I won't throw that away, there's still a fly in that. Very good. Then, depending on what size hook, but for this one about 1 centimetre of post should be left. So, if you want to varnish your thread, just take a wee bit, place it on your thread like that. And then we'll go around. I'll pull the varnish in. You only need one. Move your thread. Put this the right way. Like so. Then cauterizing tool. You can use a lighter, but as I said, some of this polypropylene, some brands burn, they catch fire. It's much easier to use a cauterizing tool. And I use this tool for so many applications. Really worth getting one if you don't have one. They don't cost that much. So we just carefully melt the poly on down into the parachute hackle, and that's it. Got a bit of varnish there. There we go. That's the hatching midge. A beautiful pattern, really works. And as I said, I wouldn't go trout fishing without it, no matter what point of the season. There we go. Thanks for watching.